Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Lauren. I'm Tracy.
I'm Matt.
I'm Megan.
I'm Grandpa. And we're some of the Veggie boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. What are you doing in the kitchen this morning?
Making breakfast.
Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. We have got a cold, rainy, windy day on our hands. As a matter of fact, for the day, we've already hit our high temperature. To start off our day, though, we are working our way down to the farm market because we need to get everything set up. Now, I'm sure some of you have seen us set up the farm market a few times. First things first, though, we're gonna get started with vacuuming. All finished with vacuuming. Now I need to pull some stuff out of the cooler. We usually vacuum every day because, as you know, we're working out in the fields, we're working out with the animals, and we do try and clean our boots off, but we do drag stuff up in here. And from when we're working out in front of the farm market, or when the customers walk in, there's always stuff that's being dragged in. So for those reasons, we just like to vacuum every morning. It makes things look a lot nicer, and I don't know, makes me feel good. Now Dad just got down here, so we're taking a little detour before we finish setting up. We wanted to come down and check on something very special.
Oh, no baby yet.
Now here in this pen by herself is one of our heifers. She's actually pregnant. She's getting ready to have a calf any day now. Could be today, could be the next hour. We don't know. We're excited. We moved her so that she'd be a little bit more comfortable. She seems to be doing well by herself right here, and we wanted to just make sure she was safe and she had everything she needed getting ready for this calf. And probably one of the biggest reasons why we penned her up in the back, we looked at the forecast. We knew it was going to be raining today and tomorrow. We're expecting all day rain, and we didn't want her having a calf down in the pasture because that would have been difficult to deal with. So that's another reason why she's back there. We're just all excited about this. We wanted to come down and check her this morning and see if there would be a calf. I'm excited. But anyway, I gotta get back to what I was doing.
Come on, George! Come on, George!
That about wraps up setting up the farm market. There are a few things that we need to fill up, but we got everything pulled out of the cooler, and everything that was on the pallets we put onto the shelves. I don't know how busy we're gonna be today, but hopefully we'll have some customers showing up. Since we're dealing with a lot of rainy, sloppy weather today, it's time for a tire change. We're down around back again. We're gonna get taking care of the animals. We do have something kind of different going on today. Now, as you guys know and have seen, we have a few chickens here on the farm. Now we have this batch of layers, but we also have a new batch that is producing really, really well. Now, there's no really easy way for me to explain this to you, but we're actually gonna be getting rid of this batch of older layer hens. Now, as you guys have seen, when we collect eggs, these chickens still produce eggs, but it's getting to the point where it's costing us more money to feed them than what they're producing in eggs. So from a farm standpoint, it's not cost effective for us to keep these chickens anymore. It's hard to explain because we love our animals, but we don't view them as pets. These are another source of income for the family and for the farm. Now, it's not like these chickens aren't gonna be taken care of anymore. The auction that we're going to, a lot of like families go there. So most likely these chickens will be bought by people with little homesteads or just people who want to have a few chickens for the family. And yes, we are sad to see these chickens go, but it's going to benefit the farm in the long run. Just got all of the chickens put into our chicken crates. I don't even know how old these chicken crates are, and I can't even begin to think about how many chickens have been in these crates. Not only are we putting a tarp over them, we're also taking large pumpkin bins and putting them over top, try and keep the wind and the rain off of them. They've never been in chicken crates before, so we're just trying to keep them calm. Usually putting a tarp over the top really helps. And in what seems like a blink of an eye, we went through another batch of chickens. Every 2 or 3 years, we'll get new layer hens in. That way we can always make sure we have a cost-effective egg production. We've done this plenty of times in my life, so I'm pretty used to it. But it isn't easy. It's hard seeing your animals go off. But where they're going, I'm sure there'll be a little family that's gonna take care of them. Just finishing getting everything strapped down. Now Matthew and Daniel are gonna be taking the chickens to auction. Matthew and Daniel are on their way, so we're gonna get started on the chores. And first off, I'm gonna feed the layers. What we like to do is feed the chickens right before we collect eggs. And that gets a lot of the chickens that are just sitting out of the nest so that we can collect with no chickens in the nest. It goes a lot quicker that way. And just like that, we got basket number 1. And here's basket number 2. Now that we're done with the chickens, we're moving on to feeding cattle. Of all days to not have the cab tractor. It's raining, it's windy, it's cold. Well, at least I have a nice view. Now when it comes to the cattle we have on the farm here, we mostly have an Angus Holstein cross. One of the dairy farmers we get most of our cattle from has gone to breeding all of their Holstein to Angus. So a lot of our calves come from them. And from what we've seen, they've been beautiful. Now the reason why Angus beef is so popular, it's because that animal, that breed of cattle, fattens on just like grass and silage a lot more efficiently than other animals. Now, as you guys have seen, we feed silage and then we add a little grain on top. And what's awesome is our cattle, up until the point when we're finishing them, they have full access to pasture at all times. So most of our cattle's diet mainly consists of silage and grass, which is really cool. When it comes to animals, there's a lot of science that goes into raising them. We want to make sure that we have all their diet needs met so that they're growing efficiently. And not only that they're growing efficiently, that they're growing healthy. It's the same with our chickens. We want to make sure they have the correct diets so that we have the best egg production and they remain healthy. Hey everyone, did you know it's raining and that it's sloppy? Now that we're done with silage, all we need to do is add a little grain and we're done with feeding this morning. We just got finished feeding all the animals. All we needed to do was put some grain on top. We got finished with that. Now we're up in the farm market. And what have you been working on this morning? Oh, she's making Rice Krispie treats. But besides Rice Krispie treats, what have you been doing?
Working on red beets.
Oh, these are the red beets right here.
Last out of the garden.
Last out of the garden. Oh my, time's flying. While we've been down feeding animals, the girls have been up here bagging stuff up. What do we got here? Is this flour, cocoa powder? What do you have?
Chocolate.
Chocolate, lots of chocolate. At the moment, Dad and I are working on loading up the van with some produce. We don't have the truck because, well, they took the chickens with the truck. But we do have to make a delivery to the local grocery store, and we're just gonna load up the van and take that. Since there's not too much going on back here at the farm, I'm just gonna go with them to make the delivery. Don't worry, I cleaned my boots and hands before I got in Mom's van.
No, I didn't.
Oh, it's really pouring now. Dad and I actually took the van out into the field right now.
We did not take the van
sorry.
to the field.
Okay, we're on the truck. But anyway, we're looking at the Vibra-Shank. We're trying to find out what model it is because we need to order some new points for it. We're right next to our peppers and tomatoes, and there is a lot of standing water in between the rows. We've gotten a lot of rain today. At that end of the field, the water is up even with the mulch rows. It just looks like a pond over there. We are now home and out of the rain. Hey you, what are you doing? Are you helping? I forgot to film what we were having for lunch. We got ham and bean soup. It was really good. This was an entire plate of chicken nuggets. Really good. And then we had some Rice Krispie treats. delicious stuff. We just got finished eating lunch, and I'm taking some time to come back and check on our cow, see how she's doing. How we doing back here? Oh, we're getting close. I have a feeling. Now, as you guys would expect on a day like this, we don't have too much going on. We're not gonna be working out in the fields. We do need to bag some potatoes, but before we move on to that, I actually wanna walk you over to the greenhouse, show you what's going on over there. Now, as you guys know, we have 3 greenhouses down over the hill. We have greenhouse number 6, this is greenhouse number 5, and we have greenhouse number 4. At the moment, greenhouse number 6 is full of calves, and we're working on getting greenhouse number 5 full of calves. But when it comes to greenhouse number 4, we don't really put any animals in here. Once this is empty, we use it as storage. Greenhouse number 4 is empty. I can't believe we're almost done with selling mums already. Every time I think the rain's gonna slow down, it gets heavier. I'm getting out of this stuff. Now we have someone that's coming for 10 bags of potatoes, so we need to work on getting that order bagged up. If you remember recently, we were digging potatoes. These are the potatoes that we were digging. This variety is called Norwis. It is a white potato with like a yellow tinted flesh. Really good potato. These are great for chips. But anyway, we're trying to get these bags together so that when the order comes, they can just load right up and be on their way. Even though we just picked these, and when we wash them, we grade them, we still have to be careful and make sure that we don't put any rotten or potatoes with imperfections inside the bag. A small dry cut is not a big problem, but if you have anything that has a wet cut, there's a high possibility that it will rot very quickly. So we don't want to put anything with a wet cut inside the bags. Now, potatoes where we live are very, very popular, and we sell a lot of them. I think one of the biggest reasons why is because you can store them for quite a while. Potatoes that are left in a cool, dry place can be stored for up to 6 months, sometimes even longer. And when we sell bags of potatoes, a lot of people will pick up 50-pound bags rather than buying potatoes so often. They can just have a nice stash that they can take from. We got 12 50-pound bags of potatoes bagged up. Now we need to do some 10-pounders of white. And then once we're done with the white potatoes, we need a few 50s of red and a few 10s of red. All of our potatoes are now bagged. That's a pretty nice stack of potatoes. Now we're not gonna take it up in the rain. We don't want the bags to get wet, and we don't want them sliding off or anything like that. So we're gonna leave them down here for now. And then once it's done raining, we'll take them up later. Matthew and Daniel just got back from auction. We got our chicken crates off the truck. Now we just need to put them back up where they belong.
Oh, sorry.
It's definitely felt like a wintry day here on the farm. I'm doing some editing right now. The farm market is pretty dead, which happens when it's real rainy and cold, but that's okay. We've been able to get some other things done. The girls were able to get all of the shelves filled up, which is a nice bonus because you can do this when it's not busy. Saves you a lot of headaches later on. And right now in the farm market, it's just Dad and myself. So we were able to send some of the girls home, and I'm able to get some editing done. We're closing up the farm market and putting stuff away for tonight. It was funny, we didn't have any customers for like 25, 30 minutes, and we were like, well, we'll close a few minutes before closing time. And then like a bunch of customers showed up. We are now on our way up to the house, see what we're having for dinner tonight. We made it up into the house for dinner. What are we having tonight, Grammy?
Pork and sauerkraut.
Oh my.
Where's my pants?
We are all getting ready to sit down and eat at the dinner table, so you guys know what that means. This is where we're going to be ending the video today. I would like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.